Hey guys, Salvi here, just reminding you to, of course, like, subscribe, and follow, and all that kind of good stuff that YouTube asks if you enjoy what video I'm going to put out for you today. Thank you. We have Geega, who is now from Independent, as a lot of them are calling themselves. They used to be a part of VShojo. She left on her own, of course, a while back. She was among the first to leave of the recent people who left before everything blew up. So right now we're talking about them not because of VShojo, but because they're doing their indie debut, finally, their new indie debut, their 3.0 debut. And here we go. This is their new look, General Geega 3.0. But we're going to take a closer look at, of course, what she has out here, the level 999 mid-boss. Let's take a look and see how this is going. This is, of course, their original look here. And they will be showing a little bit here.
Right?
The grippers.
Dollars.
And that's everything else there.
I could just, like, you know what I mean? Someone said whatever I said.
It does look more like anime-esque, more like actual, like, drawn.
Yeah, I'd have to practice it.
Honestly.
I would have to practice it, and I would feel like, you know.
It does look a lot more drawn, like a lot more animated. I don't know. It does look very nice though. It does look very nice. Her elf ears, the fact that when she blinks they move a little bit, I do like that. I do like the kind of warrior aesthetic, like the RPG warrior aesthetic there, the brawler aesthetic. And she's also talking about the challenge coin pins, other things that she's going to be doing there, other pieces of merch that she's going to be having out there, which of course it's always going to be on her Horizons merch, on her Horizons merch site. So of course, as with any debut of a large VTuber, the merch matters a ton because that's income beyond the, of course, the ad in revenue that you would be getting from YouTube, Twitch, etc. So that's extra stuff that, you know, kind of gives people a physical thing to have in front of them as they're trying to buy stuff. And the leaks don't stop coming and they don't stop coming and they don't stop coming, and so on and so forth. Where today we have Addison at Uwanetti's, wifey at uv.sh, and I got access to the recent VShojo pitch deck and some of the stuff really interesting. One, the TLDR describes Gunrun as the most well-connected Twitch staff. Lost about 2.5 million in 2024. Even with the aggressive growth, they still not turn a profit. That includes plans to license out IP. They use the fact that they raised over $1 million for charity to attract investment, but unable to confirm that this includes the $500K unpaid. 10 talent managers, their salaries are included in the COGS, cost of goods sold. About 20 to 30 employees. Claims IP licensing will bring a $2.1 million without anything to back up the number, just some number that they created out of thin air. Initially contained IRL photos of VShojo talent, which we've redacted. So here you go. So for some reason, this is worse actually, the last one contained IRL photos of VShojo talents, which they're redacted. I'm glad they redacted it, but why the heck in their pitch deck are you going to show IRL photos of your talents? What, are you going to go by beauty or something? They're VTubers. They're not supposed to be showing their faces. Unless, of course, like Keisan or Kuro that want to show their faces. It says here, final projections. As you can see the numbers here. They do expect 3.6 million in revenue. And the aggressive was about 7.1 million in revenue growth. They're even worse than Nijisanji in what they expect to grow. The cost of everything is at 3.2 million, which includes, like they said before, their actual friends and people up on top, high places, the salaries and things like that. The percent margin, 11%, salary and payroll. They expect to make an operating income of about 2.4 million. And, you know, the operating expenditures go really, really high on them, apparently. They're doing new IP licensing, gross margin improvement, talent manager costs in COGS, sales and talent growth. Where corporate team comp remains fixed. And that's the thing. The talent managers, they deserve to get paid really well. I mean, well enough. Because they're the ones on the front lines. They aren't the C-level execs, so they don't know exactly what's going on, but they're in the front lines trying to help out each talent. Let's continue on here. You see, creator and co-founder of Gunrun. They have Justin Ignacio, which is the name of Gunrun. Second employee at Twitch at 8 years. Deep history as a creator. Most well-connected Twitch staff. Recognized by fans and professionals for over 15 years. You have Project Melody on Twitch, which was launched in 2020. This whole thing is everything they've done. The employees, they left Twitch to live in Japan. They launched VShojo in November, and they launched Melody a little bit before that. And of course, you have the Justin Ignacio, Eric Garvey, Alex, who was the director of VShojo Japan. This person is, he used to be former director at Cover Corp. So they poached him, most likely, from Cover Corp. He was there. He did everything he possibly could to make this all work, and he got screwed at he got screwed at the end. They have 10 talent managers, as mentioned before. They have global presence, according to them. And here's one thing that pisses me off. Here's one thing that really ticks me off. The guy said he did not know that, things were going to charity when they are putting here the things that they have done, the things that was done specifically at that time. September 30, 2024, which is the 500K that they stole from the charity, was at this time. They actually put it out that they did over 312K most subscribed to channel subscriptions at that time. All these things here, everything that they have, #1 outside of Japan, etc., etc. And that really annoys me because here he is, actually doing the walkathon, the little charity stream walk thing that they did a while back. If you know, I did cover when this all happened originally, when he did this, because I was like, wow, he's doing it, and he's helping Iron Mouse, he's walking for Iron Mouse, and that kind of thing. Of course, the other person is, I think, carrying the backpack with the or one of them is carrying the backpack with the battery for it. So he knew about the IDF Immunodeficiency Foundation, and he knew that money was going to be going to them. So that is what annoys me more than anything about this. This is the guy lying again. This is all about his lies again, and it just isn't right. And that's why I'm calling it out again and again and again. And to finish this off in as quickly as I can, they're saying, they're #1 outside of Japan when it comes to everything that they've been promoting, competitive advantages, all this kind of stuff here that they have, revenue stream breakdown, trying to, puff themselves up as much as they can. Growth strategy, launch of Nova generation in Japan, expert leadership, localized content, and foundation in Japan. I've learned that the ones that they doxed, the faces that they doxed, were of the Nova talents in Japan. They did dox them to the people that they were trying to get money from or whatever, because these all end up usually being investor style things. So that is really, really horrible the way they do these things. Of course, the growth strategies that they have here, I also, like I said, want to go over this. And here, there were doxes of the talent here. They did redact everything. They put puppies instead of that. So this is something that the person, Addison, put here. These were actual doxes of the faces of the talents in Nova. And over here, expansion, growth and strategy, merchandising optimization, and financial projections that I showed before. And of course, his QR code that you can go for Gunrun at VShojo, Justin Ignacio. Like I said before, me putting him as Justin Ignacio is not doxing him. He freaking puts it in his own things here. Something that hit me a bit after, finding out who the person that was CEO or, executive manager of the branch manager of VShojo Japan. He used to be a member of Hololive. It hits me a little bit when we read exactly what he says. This is what he has to say in regards to everything that went on. And I know I'm covering a bit of it, and I will try to show as much of it as I can. It might be hard for you guys to read, so I will actually make it a little bit bigger. And there we go. It says, over the past year, VShojo has faced an extremely challenging situation involving mismanagement from upper management, which only came to light just before its closure. It has now been officially announced VShojo cease operations. Taking this opportunity, I would like to finally speak publicly about my experiences at VShojo and my prior role at Cover. This post addresses the misunderstandings and rumors stemming from a leaked pitch document created by VShojo's US team, which has been circulating online recently. This document has led to incorrect perceptions of my role and involvement. The entertainment industry thrives on trust, and I deeply regret not only that VShojo has lost the trust of its talents and staff, but also that my name has been misrepresented in a manner inconsistent with the facts. First, let me clarify that my role at Cover Corporation, I served as an advisor and in business planning at Cover, as accurately reflected in my LinkedIn. This can be verified by Cover's executives, EN team members, or talent themselves. However, for some reason, VShojo's materials refer to me as the Gen 1 director, which is factually incorrect. This misinformation has also led to the fusion with Omega, a figure who was publicly disliked by some talents at the time. In reality, my role was to address the root of that issue. So he was trying there to address the issue of Omega. And I was the one who led the effort to remove Omega. When I joined Cover, my primary mission was to identify and resolve issues within the overseas team. Later, I collaborated with the CEO and CFO on strategic planning for IPO operations, addressing challenges in the ENID teams, and establishing an international business division for global expansion, which they're doing really well at right now, honestly. Even after the IPO, the initial public offering, which is the first time that you go into stocks and stuff like that, it's when you offer yourself into the stock market, I continued to support the overseas division as an advisor. During my 3 years at Cover, while working on various large-scale projects, I faced significant decision whether to relocate to the U.S. for establishing a new branch, or to choose a different path. At the time, I received an offer from VShojo that allowed me to stay in Japan, and due to personal circumstances, I chose that option. Regrettably, that decision turned out to be a significant mistake. That said, working with VShojo's Japan team was an incredibly meaningful and proud experience. Despite being a small team, we operated with high efficiency, generated profits, and successfully launched a new VTuber group, Nova. Although the company no longer exists, I, along with other Japan staff, am fully committed to supporting Nova and the Japan-based talents so they can continue their activities. The events that affected VShojo talents, including ironmouse, came as a major shock to Japan team as well. We were completely unaware of the internal situation until recently. Financial and management was entirely controlled by the US headquarters, and neither the Japan branch president nor I were informed that payments to Japan-based talents were outstanding. This is something that Japan-based president / CEO, whatever they want to call him, said on Keisan's stream. He went on Keisan, had the actual brass tacks to actually go out there and actually put his actual face, but himself out there to be attacked, to be hit, to be everything, in order to respond in a good way, respond in a correct way, and show some kind of responsibility for what everything's happening. Although, as you can see here, everything was kind of not really in their hands. It says, we are deeply frustrated that such a decision was made despite the ability to make those payments. I initially joined VShojo to assist with fundraising efforts, but during investment negotiations, I grew suspicious when critical financial documents were not provided by upper management. In hindsight, I now understand that this was all intentionally concealed. From early on, there were numerous concerns about the company's management, and the Japan branch president and I were exploring the possibility of operational separation. But it was already too late. Like I said this before when I talked about VShojo Japan, they had no clue. They were blindsided by this. You could tell by how remorseful the person was in VShojo Japan, wishing that they had, they were able to do more. The Japan president / CEO able to do more, but unfortunately, they were handcuffed by a U.S. headquarters. They weren't given the tools necessary to help. I feel profound disappointment regarding the series of events of VShojo. At the same time, I will continue to provide as much support as possible to ensure that former talents can continue their activities with peace of mind. Thank you for reading this. In the end, please feel free to reach out with any questions or concerns. Sincerely, Alex. And of course, he has this here, and it was liked by many. And one of the hearts that they had is, I can't see it, but from what people have been telling me, one of the hearts that was put there was by one of Cover's crisis management team. So if more people from Cover have given them hearts, then that kind of verifies that yes, they did work at Cover. They did work, in that section, not as Omega, but someone trying to remove Omega because there were a lot of issues. But this guy seems to be Alex, seems to be on the up and up, seems to be not one of the bad guys in there. So of course, do not send any hate his way. He just seems to have been stuck on the Japan side, wondering what the hell just happened. I am talking about this because this already happened. Globie has their main stage karaoke relay, that type of thing for GlobieFest. And of course, GlobieFest is their virtual convention that they have for Globie. 25th of July, 1900 British Standard Time, 1400 EDT, 0300 JST. And of course, you have Leon, Ambrose, Bonnie, Taring, Reina, Alicia, Miel, and Maeve, which are also going to be on Globie Official's actual, everything. So here we go. Here is Globie Official for their relay, karaoke relay start. And then each and every one of them are going to have their stuff, of course. This is Bonnie Barkswell and others people there. And there you have them. They're talking about the whole GlobieFest thing, They're going over everything that they have there for them.
Thing, first time here. It's just like,
Hey, come here up.
come here.
For all
At
the
GlobieSocial.
at GlobieSocial. Oh,
So all the members of Globie that can are going to be a part of this this whole thing. Of course, the relay started a day ago. It is done. As of right now, a day ago being, I believe it was the 25th or so, because I am recording this a day after it's supposed to happen. So by the time you guys seen it, it's probably 2 or 3 days. So from past Salvi, hello to future you. It has been several days ago. You can check on each of their individual channels that you can see here, that is mentioned here, of all of them. Ambrose, Leon, all these other ones, you can see them there on their specific times that we're going to be doing it, and they are all finished, of course. And I do appreciate that they actually put each and every one of them there and the times on those specific different times, so you can kind of adjust it based on what you have. I know they always like they have a lot of good singers there, and I know a lot of people had fun. So if you want to take a look at it, go ahead and watch. Hololive English is announcing, of course, that Hololive has their Holonatsu Paradise, which is their whole summer program that's going on. They are not only doing, right now we're talking about their relay, their very long relay of started on the 25th and it ended on the 26th in Japan, of course. This huge relay was with all of these people that you can see here, ID, EN, JP. They're all, doing their part. The people who could be there because the schedules matched. They did the relay of about 20 to 30 minutes each. And of course, it started with Sora-chan doing her singing, doing, of course, everything that she could, doing some talking, some singing. She did Dancing Reed. And they were only able to do maybe like 3 or 4 songs, Hot Limit and something else. Like I said, it's about 20 minutes each. Then you also had Ririka, Iroha, as you can see on the right here, Elizabeth Roseblood, Yours Bloodflame, Kanade, Laplas, Riona. You had Kureji Ali, Muna, Miko, Choco, Azuki. You have as well, other people here, other VTubers. You have lots of different VTubers, Louis, Koyori. I'm not going to tell you all of them, but you have ID as well. When you have Hachama, you have Reine, you have Mio, Kiara, Suchan. You have tons and tons and tons of people doing this thing. It was a long one, but it was a wonderful one because the community got to hear every single one of them. And they did take a break, as you got to see here. They took about 6 hours of break because most of them are doing it on Japanese Standard Time. And 1 to 7 a.m., they wanted 2 things: the community to rest and their VTubers to rest. So that is good, that at least they gave them some rest. And it is all done officially by now. It's all finished. You can take a look at their playlist at their on the official, on each site. Like basically you start with Sora, you look at that, and they have a playlist on the side, as I've shown you here. This is actually, because 2 videos seem to have been hidden. Maybe they ended up getting hit by copyright strike at some point. So unfortunately, 2 of the videos are hidden. Hopefully we'll get to see them again. Rio, Minase Rio channel. I also used to call it Minase Ryochi, but no, it's Rio channel. From Uproar, has celebrated a big milestone, which is they survived another full rotation around the sun, another full time around the sun for them on Earth. So it is their birthday. That is exactly what I mean. I'm sorry if I went a little too technical there, but they served one full, I guess rotation around the sun. First time ever live stream with guests. I've invited 4 people I deeply respect, especially in the music world. I'll deliver my songs with all my heart. So it's live on the first birthday that they're having as a part of the whole Uproar thing, I think, from what I can tell. And here we go. Of course, it's not. And here's the thing. It's their first time doing it live. What I mean by doing it live is that Hololive /cover /Holostars gives their talents a choice. You can do it live, where, we'll just run with it. If they have any issues, we'll run with it. Or you can do it pre-recorded live. Now, there have been things like Toa, who has done some concerts live, like actual, 3D live streams like this, live. There's been others who have done it as well. Very few do it because, of course, there's sometimes issues, whether it be tech issues or voice issues or cracking or anything like that. That does happen. But they decided to do it for Minase Rio, allowing them to have the full thing. So it's best live ever. And of course, we're going to take a look at the live itself, which is right here. That's of course Sora. And of course, I can't show you everything because, yeah, they're gonna destroy the record labels will destroy my anus, if you know what I mean. If I try to do that.
読んでいただいてとても光栄です。ありがとうございます。
ありがとうございます。個人的に今回アダバノの失礼しました。違いました。余暇に見とれたよね。
So he's having a lot of fun. You can tell. Sora-chan was the one that was there. And that's the most I can show you from that, unfortunately. Because of course, like I said, they will destroy my anus, if you know what I mean. So here we go. I believe they have another member of Holostars here for their song that they're having here. Let us listen to their song a little bit. So yeah, they had their little thing here, and of course, you have another member there. People that they deeply respect in the music scene. That's always good.
何がいいですか？どういうのがいいと思う？
やっぱでも今アゲアゲなわけじゃん。
And here we go. Here. They're singing this one here. So yeah, they're singing, of course, Japanese songs because they are Japanese singer. So let's continue. Suisei! Holy crap, he had Suisei! That is amazing. I'm so glad that Suisei was able to make time for this, and it is a live stream. Like I said, just the practice that they had before. But this is live. That's how come it doesn't sound overly produced. It doesn't sound like overly like a lot of production quality. I mean, it's not. It's still great. It's not like horrible or anything. But the voices aren't like the tones aren't overproduced. They aren't over mixed or anything like that. This is just like if it was an actual concert. They're doing Ghost on that one.
嘘。
いや本当にもうはい今度は返事返します。
全然。いや、お珍しいなと思いつつなんかね、いろんな方に送りはしてたんで全然気にしないでください。それは。
ありがとうございます。
ありがとうございました。
はいなんかだからその時にねなんか一緒にいつか歌いたいですって言ってくださってたから。私もこんな機会いただけて本当に。
She's really happy to have the opportunity to sing with them because Rio said that they wanted to sing with her at some point. So that is amazing to see. Then we're going to continue on, of course. Because I don't want to make this too very long. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go to maybe some stuff where they are showing the merch. A little bit of the merch going on there. And, you know, the keychains, things like that. The charms, whatever you want to call it. And at the very end, I think he sang his new song, Campanella, which is what we're going to do because I don't think he had any other, no other guests here. So we're going to listen to what he's saying near the end. And there we go. That is what I wanted to show you. And big congratulations to Minase Rio. I'm so glad that they were able to do this live stream. Like I said, the voices are sounding there. Like if you were actually in a live concert with them. As you know, if anyone's been in a live concert, when people actually sing, their voices, since they don't have the mixing, they don't have all the extra things that are put on when you're making a record, they sound different. They're going to sound raw. And this raw feeling is what some VTubers want, and that's why he decided to go and do this. Welcome back, everybody, to the VTuber Showcase, the place where I like to showcase up-and-coming VTubers of various sizes, shapes, forms, types, everything in between. The reason why I do this is because I want it to be a positive space for VTubing, a space where we can all grow and help each other out. Today we're talking about Gyonko_VT, your lovable, friendly, blue-haired Irish android Babiniku VTuber. And here we go with their Twitch side. And they have a Northern Irish Android VTuber. Come join me, get comfy as we talk and game together. And here is a little bit of what they do. Let's take a look and a listen.
I am a bottomless pit. A bottom. Where's the... What did I get? You see what I got?
New hairs and stuff like that. It's always good to see.
Oh, that's cute.
Santa hat.
I can move the lighting actually. But no. Bunny outfit. Okay, right. Yeah, grey is definitely bottom, but I would say me. More than likely. I need to go now and rest myself. See you next time, Kilo. Thank you for coming.
So yeah, they're playing some Stellar Blade in this one. They had some other, clips, but I wanted to show their more recent one to show their more recent design because their other clips had their older design. And of course, this is Kyonko VT, their actual YouTube side. It's time for a talk. They have a lot of their VODs here. This is their VOD repository pretty much for everything they've done, which is very good to do because Twitch is very bad at keeping VODs. In fact, they will delete it after several hours now. I think 100 hours of VODs, after you get to that point, they will delete it. YouTube will just keep it. So thank you so much once again, Kyonko, for allowing me to showcase you on my channel. I do hope this helps you in some way. Thank you guys for watching as always, and of course take a look, and if you enjoy everything, like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification icon, all those things that YouTube asks of you. Really do appreciate you. Have a wonderful day.